Hello, good morning to everyone. So in this class I will explain the concept of beats. So in previous class we learned about the formation of the stationary waves. Stationary waves or standing waves. So stationary wave means two progressive waves having same amplitude and frequency are moving along the same line and opposite to each other. They are superimposed together to form the standing waves. So compulsory in case of standing waves, the two waves must be traveling in opposite directions. The individual waves both are having the same frequency, means F1 equal to F2. But in this class, what is meant by beats? Beats is nothing but the superposition of two progressive waves which are having a slight difference in frequency and moving along the same direction and in the same line. But in case of standing waves, the two progressive waves must be moving in opposite directions, whereas in case of beats, the two waves are moving along the same direction and superimposed together, they form beats. But in this case, both the waves are moving in the same direction, whereas in case of standing waves, the two waves are moving opposite to each other. In case of standing waves, the two waves are having same frequency, means F1 equal to F2. Whereas in case of beats, frequency of the two waves is slightly different. So that means let us explain the correct definition of beats. So beats means it is nothing but the superposition of two sound waves having small difference in frequency. That means F2 minus F1 or F1 minus F2, whatever it may be. F2 minus F1 should be less than 10 Hz always. Right? So how should you write the definition of beats exactly? When two progressive waves having a slight difference in frequency are moving along the same line and in the same direction, they are superimposed together to produce beats. So what is meant by beat? Beat means it is the production of maximum and minimum sound intensities at different points. Maximum and minimum sounds. The maximum sound means if the crest of the first wave is superimposed with the crest of second wave, or trough of the first wave is superimposed with the trough of the second wave, at that moment resultant amplitude is maximum and also intensity maximum and also energy maximum. That point is known as the maximum of sound, which is also called loudness. This maximum of sound is also known as the waxing of sound. Waxing of sound. Otherwise, if the crest of one wave is superimposed with the trough of another wave, means both are in opposite phase. Crest of one wave is superimposed with the trough of the another wave. At that point, resultant amplitude will be minimum or resultant intensity will be minimum. Resultant intensity means loudness is also minimum. That's why at that point there is a minimum sound produced, which is also called as the waning of sound. So here maximum loudness, it is represented as maximum loudness is represented by waxing of sound. Waxing. Minimum is represented by waning of sound. So here maximum means, suppose if the crest of one wave, right, this is the first wave and this is the second wave. Suppose if the crest of the one wave is superimposed with the crest of the another wave, at this point, if these two waves are superimposed together, resultant wave amplitude will be maximum like this. Therefore, amplitude maximum means intensity is also maximum and also loudness is maximum. This is called as the waxing. So waxing is produced by the superposition of two waves which are in the same phase. Are you understand? Phase difference between crest and crest is equal to 0. That means the 2 points are said to be in phase. Otherwise, if the crest of one wave is superimposed with the trough of the another wave like this, here this crest amplitude is like this, then amplitude ఈ direction లో ఉంటుంది. Let these 2 points or these 2 waves are superimposed together. The one wave can nullify the another wave. Amplitude should be positive here. Here the amplitude should be negative. So at this moment, resultant amplitude will be very, very minimum. That is represented by approximately straight line. Approximately straight line, or like this. Suppose if A1 is equal to, say it is 10 units, and here A2 is equal to 8 units. A resultant should be positive like this. This is the resultant, and the amplitude will be minimum here. This minimum amplitude of sound is known as the waning of sound. Waning. So the two waves having a slight difference in frequency, moving along the same direction and superimposed together, they produce alternately waxing and waning of sounds. The production of waxing and waning of sounds alternately is known as the beats. Are you understand? So beats is nothing but the production of waxing and waning of sounds alternately by the superposition of two progressive waves having a slight difference in frequency, moving along the same direction and superimposed together. Right? Okay. So now let us explain the theory corresponding to the beats. So here, see here, let the displacement of the first progressive wave can be represented by, let the wave is moving along the positive x direction. Y1 is equal to a into sin omega 1 into t minus k1 into x. For the second wave, y2 is equal to a into sin omega 2t minus k2 into x. But here k1 and k2, k is equal to 2 pi by lambda. K1 is equal to 2 pi by lambda 1. K2 is equal to 2 pi by lambda 2. 2 pi by lambda 2. A and A means the two waves are said to be having same amplitude. Omega 1 is equal to 2 pi f1 and omega 2 is equal to 2 pi f2. Omega is equal to 2 pi f. So in the same medium, both the waves are traveling in the same medium. Velocity of the wave is constant. As v is equal to omega by k. As v constant means omega directly proportional to k. As frequency changes, k will also be different. So that's why for the first wave it is represented by k1, second wave it is represented by k2. K1 and k2. Because k is different for two waves. So y1 is equal to this formula and y2 is equal to this formula. Suppose let us observe the observer is standing at x is equal to 0. Observer is standing at x is equal to 0. These are the two tuning forks. This produces a progressive wave, and whose displacement of the particle is represented by y1. For the second one, it is represented by y2. Y1 and y2 are like this. So the two sound waves can observed successively by the person or the observer at x is equal to 0. Means at x is equal to 0. See here, x is equal to 0 means this term 0, this term 0. Y1 is equal to a into sin omega 1 into t and y2 is equal to a into sin omega 2 into t. Let the two waves are moving in the same line and superimposed together. According to principle of superposition, displacement of the resultant wave is equivalent to the sum of displacements of the individual waves. Y dash is equal to y1 plus y2. So here y1 is equal to, let us observe the particle at x is equal to 0 kabatti y1 equal to a sin omega 1 into t, y2 is equal to a into sin omega 2 into t. According to principle of superposition, y dash is equal to y1 plus y2. Y dash is equal to a into sin omega 1 into t plus y2 is equal to sin omega 2 into t. It is in the form of sin c plus sin d. Sin c plus sin d is equal to 2 sin c plus d by 2 into cos c minus d by 2. See the trigonometry formula here. Sin c plus sin d is equal to 2 sin c plus d by 2 cos C minus D by 2. Okay na? So that is equal to A into 2A into sine C plus D by omega 1 plus omega 2 by 2 into T into cos of omega 1 minus omega 2 into omega 2 by 2 into T. Are you understand? Let the two waves initially they are represented in terms of sine functions. Y1 is in the form of sine omega t function. Y2 is also in the form of sine omega t function because both are in the same phase. So after superposition of these two waves, resultant wave is also represented only in terms of sine function. That means this equation can be written as y dash is equal to 2a into cos omega 1 minus omega 2 by 2 into t sin omega 1 plus omega 2 by 2 into t. Therefore, the resultant displacement can be represented by y dash is equal to 2a cos omega 1 minus omega 2 by 2 into t into sin omega 1 plus omega 2 by 2 into t. Again here also omega is equal to 2 pi f or 2 pi n or n is the frequency. So this equation can be written as this total term 2a into cos omega 1 minus omega 2 by 2 into t represents the amplitude of the resultant wave and this will represent the sine function. Therefore this can be written as a dash into sine omega 1 plus omega 2 by 2 into t. Right? So here amplitude a dash is equal to amplitude of the resultant wave. Amplitude of the resultant wave a dash. A dash with the amplitude of resulting wave where a dash is equal to 2a cos omega is replaced by 2 pi n. 2 pi common this is 2 pi into n1 minus n2 by 2 into t. This is the formula for amplitude of the resulting wave. Suppose at waxing means it is a point where the amplitude becomes maximum. Amplitude of the resultant wave is equal to maximum. Amplitude maximum means 2a into cos 2 pi into n1 minus n2 by 2 into t is equal to maximum. So at waxing, resultant amplitude a dash is equal to maximum. 2a into cos 2 pi into n1 minus n2 by 2 into t is equal to maximum. 2a constant. Its value depends on only cos of 2 pi into n1 minus n2 by 2 into t is equal to, say it is plus or minus 1. Cos function maximum value plus or minus 1. So, then 2 pi into n1 minus n2 by 2 into t is equal to. Cos of this value is equal to 1 means cos 0 is equal to 1. Minus 1 means cos 180 is equal to minus 1. So 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi and so on. At all these points the value of cos function will be maximum. Here 2 cancel, pi and also cancel, therefore n1 minus n2 into t is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Or from this equation the time taken for the first maxima t1 is equal to 0 by n1 minus n2. For the second one t2 is equal to 2 by n1 minus n2. For the third one t3 is equal to 3 by n1 minus n2 and so on. So these are the time taken to form the waxing of sounds. For the first waxing, for the second waxing, for the third waxing and so on. Now the time interval between two successive waxings means t2 minus t1. Therefore, time interval between two successive waxings, delta t is equal to, maybe it is equal to T2 minus T1 or T2 minus T3 minus T2 and so on. T2 minus T1. 2 by n1 minus n2, sorry 1 by n1 minus n2 minus 0. Therefore 1 by n1 minus n2, here this is the time interval between two successive waxings. Therefore beat frequency delta n is equal to 1 by delta t. It's the reciprocal. Frequency is the reciprocal of time period. Beat frequency means number of waxings produced in 1 second is called beat frequency. Therefore delta n is equal to n1 difference n2 or n1 minus n2. This is the formula for beat frequency. It is represented in hertz. Similarly, for vanning also, for vanning of sound, vanning means minimum amplitude or minimum intensity. Amplitude of the resultant wave A dash is equal to minimum, which is equal to 0 approximately. But A dash is 2a into cos 2 pi into n1 minus n2 by 2 into t is equal to 0. So to get this term is equal to 0, compulsory cos of 2 pi into n1 minus n2 by 2 into t is equal to, say it is pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2 or 5 pi by 2 and so on. This is equal to 0, and 2 pi into n1 minus n2 by 2 into t is equal to pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2 or 5 pi by 2 and so on. 2 cancel. Pi on both sides is cancelled. So n1 minus n2 into t is equal to 1 by 2 comma 3 by 2 comma 5 by 2 comma and so on. Now the time taken for the first vanning t1 is equal to 1 by 2 into n1 minus n2. For the second vanning t2 is equal to 3 by 2 into n1 minus n2. For the third vanning t3 is equal to 5 by n1, 2 into n1 minus n2. Therefore, the time interval between two successive vannings, delta t is equal to, say it is t2 minus t1. t2 is equal to 3 by 2 into n1 minus n2 minus 1 by 2 into n1 minus n2. So this is equal to 1 by n1 minus n2. This is the time interval between two successive vannings. Therefore, here also the beat frequency delta n is equal to 1 by delta t, then delta n is equal to n1 minus n2. So this is the formula for beat frequency. So beat frequency is always equal to difference in frequencies of the two individual waves, n1 minus n2, where n1 and n2 are the frequencies of the individual waves. Here there is one point. Suppose note 1. First, beat frequency delta n is equal to n1 minus n2. Second one, the time interval between two successive waxings or vannings is equal to 1 by n1 minus n2. Time interval between two successive waxings or two successive vannings. Already will prove it. Next one, the time interval between waxing and vanning. See here, this is the rough diagram. At this point there is a waxing. This is the point where the vanning is formed. Again this is waxing and this is vanning. Here the time interval between two successive waxings is equal to 1 by n1 minus n2. and there is a vanning in between two successive vannings. That's why the time interval between a waxing and next vanning is, or successive vanning, is equal 1 by indulo half 1 by 2 into n1 minus n2. 1 by 2 into n1 minus n2. Next, fourth point is, so in the formula corresponding to resulting wave, you know, y dash is equal to a dash into sine this formula. It is similar to a dash into sine omega into t. Y dash is equal to a dash into sine omega into t, where a dash is equal to amplitude of the resulting wave, omega is equal to angular frequency of the resulting wave, which is also equal to omega 1 plus omega 2 by 2. So omega is replaced by directly proportional to n. That's why n is equal to n1 plus n2 by 2. What is n here? N is the frequency of the resulting wave. So the frequency of the resulting wave is equal to n1 plus n2 by 2. So this is the fourth point. Frequency of the resulting wave, n is equal to n1 plus n2 by 2. n1 plus n2 by 2. Also here there is one point should be remembered, that means maximum number of waxings or vannings heard by the human ear in 1 second is equal to 10. Maximum number of waxings or vannings heard by the human ear in 1 second is equal to 10. This is very important concept. So the next one, are you remember? Next, applications of the beats. Applications. What are the applications? First application is, beats concept is used to tune the musical instruments. It is used to tune the musical instruments. Second one is, it is used to find the frequency of a tuning fork. Third one,